What's up, Laker fam? Welcome back to my channel. So this week's video is going to be a little different. Originally, I had gone out to Rodeo. I had interviewed a bunch of Laker fans and asked them their opinion on NBA free agency, who they were most excited to see that joined the purple and gold. And unfortunately, we had some problems with that video. I don't really know what happened, but my videographer texted me that unfortunately we lost all the footage. So that's frustrating, but you know what? I think it's all a blessing in disguise because I haven't done a sit-down video in so long. You guys have obviously been asking me on Twitter and Instagram what I thought about this Lakers free agency, what my opinions are. So today I thought it would be the perfect day to film a little sit-down video and just talk to you about the last 10 days because boy, they have been crazy. Let's just get right into it, starting with draft day. Now, draft day, everyone was kind of curious to see what the Lakers would do, who they would pick, if they would keep their pick, or if they would trade and get two kind of lower first-round picks like they've done in the past, or if they were going to trade it and get a different player. Now, obviously, we've been hearing rumors leading up to it that the Lakers were interested in so many guys: Russell Westbrook, Chris Paul, Damian Lillard, Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, Buddy Hield. Really every single player at one point was tied to the purple and gold. So no one really knew what was going to happen, but as it got closer to the draft, most people were just kind of expecting, the Lakers were either going to take that 22nd pick or maybe trade down and get two kind of lower picks. However, as the day went on, as we all heard, things started getting a little bit crazy. We heard that the Lakers are trying to trade with the Sacramento Kings to get Buddy Hield, and then all of a sudden the bomb dropped and Woj reported that in fact the Lakers had actually traded their pick to the Washington Wizards and got Russell Westbrook. Now in this trade, we also had to trade Kyle Kuzma, Montrezl Harrell, KCP, and then that pick, and we got Russell Westbrook. We got a super team. You guys, I honestly cannot believe I'm even saying that going into this season, we have a team that has Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. I am so excited to see how this all plays out. Obviously, Russell Westbrook is one of the best point guards in our league, one of the best point guards to just ever play. He averaged close to a triple-double last season. He's absolutely an amazing player, so I'm so excited to see him team up with LeBron and Anthony Davis. However, one of the biggest knocks to Westbrook's game is that he's not necessarily the best shooter. So going into free agency, it was going to be extremely important that the Lakers prioritized getting some three-point shooters because as we saw this past season, we didn't really have any consistent three-point shooters, and that was really one of our biggest struggles, was shooting from three-point range. So I obviously knew going into free agency that was something that Rob Pelinka and the front office was going to prioritize, but let's just kind of jump a little bit into free agency because Rob Pelinka proved that he should 100% be executive of the year because he put together an unbelievable roster, a team filled with veterans, savvy players, future Hall of Famers. You guys, when you look at this roster and you see how many future Hall of Famers are going to be on this team, it is absolutely crazy. But not only did he add a bunch of savvy, really talented veterans, but then he went out and got some younger guys into the mix, which I of course am very happy with because the first day of NBA free agency, obviously I was super excited that we had a little bit of a Laker homecoming party, seeing a lot of former Laker players back on this squad, like Trevor Ariza, a former Lakers champion, Wayne Ellington, Kent Bazemore. But I was thinking to myself, we've got to add some young guys. We obviously then went out and re-signed, Dwight Howard. We brought Carmelo Anthony, so I was super excited about that. But I was thinking to myself, yes, this is a very talented team with a lot of future Hall of Famers, but at the time, no one knew if we were going to be re-signing THT. So at the time, Anthony Davis, who's 28 years old, was our youngest player. So I was thinking, yeah, we got a great team, a lot of talent. We went out and got some shooters, some knockdown three-point shooters, but we've got to really get some younger players as well. We had a ton of guys who were in their mid-30s, so a much older team. Then that second day, not only did we re-sign THT, which is awesome, I'm super excited to see him continue to progress. I think the sky sky's the limit for him. He's a super talented, super promising young player. But we went out and signed Kendrick Nunn and also Malik Monk, which are two guys who I am extremely excited to see join the purple and gold. Obviously, Kendrick Nunn is coming off a really great season with the Miami Heat. So I think moving forward, obviously, he is a combo guard, but I think he's going to be our backup point guard coming off the bench after Russell Westbrook when he kind of goes to the bench. So I'm excited to see him play. And then Malik Monk, obviously a guy that has a lot of promise, a lot of potential, but hasn't really found his groove yet and the right situation with an NBA team. But you guys, he is a guy who's only 23 years old. He shot 40% from three-point range last season. So I am super excited to see what he is able to do coming off the bench. So when you look at this roster right now, I think we are absolutely set up for a championship. We have a perfect blend of veteran players, Hall of Fame players, but also some young guys as well. We have such a deep, talented team that really one of the biggest question marks is going to be how head coach Frank Vogel is going to find enough minutes for all of these guys, because truly all these guys deserve minutes. We really have such a deep team. But I am so excited because, you know, the Lakers went out and really addressed the issues that we saw last season. We went out and got a ton of great three-point shooters. Obviously, Wayne Ellington's a really good three-point shooter. Trevor Ariza, his entire career, has been known to be a great three-point shooter. You know, Kent Bazemore, you know, Kendrick Nunn, Malik Monk, like I said, shooting 40% from three. We got a lot of great scorers in Carmelo Anthony as well. I think Carmelo, first of all, coming off the bench is a perfect role for him because he's going to be able to come off the bench and just shoot and do what he does best, and that's score the basketball. I'm obviously really excited to see Melo come and play and team up with one of his best friends in LeBron James. That'll be really fun to see. And then I'm super excited that the Lakers went out and also brought back Dwight Howard. I think that they were really missing Dwight this past season. You know, Dwight's the kind of guy, comes in, he's a little crazy, but I love it. He's a really tough guy, really tough defender. Obviously, he can defend the paint, defend the rim, and that was something that even though technically the Lakers had the #1 offense in the NBA last season, I still think our interior defense was absolutely atrocious. I think I could have gotten a dunk on this Lakers squad, and if you know me, I'm only 5 feet. So I think bringing Dwight in there was a really smart move. I know he's super excited to be back. It was awesome watching him on Media Day when the Lakers announced him just a couple days ago. Super excited to be back. So I'm really hyped that Dwight Howard is back. Obviously really excited that Trevor Ariza is going to be back on this Lakers team because of course he is a former Lakers champion. But you guys, even though this roster looks incredible right now, there still are 3 potential spots that need to be filled. So who could those spots be filled by? Now there isn't a lot of guys out there right now. I'm obviously hearing, you know, JJ Redick potentially, although I'm not super keen on him just because he is another guard, and right now we have a very guard heavy team. So I think if the Lakers need to go out, they need to go out and get another big. So a guy that I've been hearing a lot about that I think could be potentially a good fit is Harry Giles. Now Harry Giles is one of those guys. He's young, he's only 23 years old. He has a lot of potential, a lot of promise, but kind of similar to Malik Monk in a way where he hasn't really gotten an opportunity and kind of that great fit with the team. He hasn't really had that opportunity to prove what he can do, but he has so much promise. He's obviously like a big, like I said, he has, you know, a huge wingspan, so I think he would be an interesting pickup. I've obviously also heard that maybe we bring back former Laker, I don't know if you guys remember him, but Svi Mikhailuk, he's a really good three-point shooter. That could be an option as well. But you guys, I still would not count out that maybe Rob Pelinka is working behind the scenes to try to do a sign and trade the Schroeder, because as I'm recording this video, no one really knows what is happening with Dennis Schroeder. It's been pretty quiet in regards to him, and obviously, as we all know, you know, he turned down a pretty big offer, pretty big contract extension that the Lakers offered him because he said, you know, he thought he was worth 20 to 25 million, and I don't think he's gonna get it, at least this season, you guys. But I'm curious to see what ends up happening with him because I think Rob is really trying to figure out a way where we can do a sign and trade with Dennis Schroeder. Now, I don't necessarily know which player it would be for. Maybe Buddy Hield still isn't out of the question, although it seems a little bit unlikely as time passes. However, still will never count Rob out because, you guys, I have full faith in him. What he did this NBA free agency, what he did for the Lakers these last couple years, completely turned this franchise around. He knows what he's doing, and I have full faith in him. But those are my thoughts on free agency and who I'm most excited to see play. I'm honestly just really excited about this entire roster. I'm excited that we have obviously a very good mix of veteran players, but also some young guys that have a lot of promise, a lot of potential. So I'm super, super excited about it. Obviously, this is a very win now team. This isn't really a team that we're going to see kind of grow for the future. It's a win now team, but I think obviously that we only have LeBron for the next couple of years. We want to win a championship now. We didn't win one this past season, and we do not want to have an early first round exit again. We want to be contending for that championship, and that's exactly what I think this roster will do. So those are all of my thoughts on the Lakers free agency signings, but do me a favor, let me know down in the comments below who you are most excited to see in the purple and gold this next season, who you're most excited that the Lakers signed in free agency. Let me know down in the comments below. That's going to be it for today's video. Don't forget to give this video a double thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel, turn on those post notifications so you never miss another video by me again. You can also give me a follow on Twitter. My Twitter is at Hannah_Kulik. Love talking to you guys on there. And of course on Instagram. My Instagram is at Hannah Rose Kulik. Until next time, Laker Han is out. Bye everyone.